Hello viewers, this is still the Youth Arena program reaching you from your #1 gospel carrier, Advent Cable Network Nigeria, ACNNTV. You remember, the Youth Arena program has always been a program for the youth and by the youth. To lead you on the program today is still my humble self, Juliet Omumere, your host. I've been curiously wondering, how do you know that the person you're dating is actually dating you? Or should I say, how do you know that you're actually focusing your efforts and emotion on the right person? I tell you what, some persons who try to answer these questions have discovered the obvious differences between dating someone and being in a relationship with a person. Well, on this note, we shall be buttressing the differences between dating and relationship among the youth. But before that, let me introduce you to the guest in the studio today. They are no other person than Stephen Mba, a photographer, and Adobe Inoli, a quantity surveyor. You're welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Thank you. You know, we are still in the season of love. So, how do we celebrate love?
Love, to me, I see love as something that individuals celebrate differently.
Okay.
The way I celebrate love can be quite different from the way you celebrate love. But what is most important is the intentions you have towards the person, your motive towards the person. That's how I see celebrating love.
All right. Do you have a different opinion?
Yes, to add to that, love will always involve sacrifice. Yeah. It will involve giving.
Okay.
Yeah, so when you truly love, you would give. You'll do something, you go out of your way to do something to make the other person happy.
Of course. All right. It's still love, love, love. Now we want to bring it to dating and relationship. Dating. We heard someone say, he's my date. Or I'm in a relationship with this person. So I want to know, can you enlighten our viewers on this concept of dating and being in a relationship?
Okay. Dating is a process that leads to relationship.
Okay.
You're going on a date, or you're dating someone because you want to know what the person, who the person, and everything that concerns that person. That is dating. You're dating the person because you want to know, okay, is this person, do we have that compatibility? Are we good to go? What is it about this person that I like and dislike? Will I be confident, or will I be comfortable going into a relationship with this person? That is dating. The relationship is when you've agreed.
Okay.
When relationship comes with commitment, but dating, there is no commitment in dating.
Wow.
But relationship, you have committed yourself to this person. Like even in communication as well, you've committed that anything that has to do with me, this person has to know about it. But dating, we're just saying, let's see how it goes.
Yeah,
that's for dating.
That's the first stage of meeting someone.
Yes, let's see how it goes. Will it lead to relationship
or not?
Yeah,
like, okay, let's say even some persons have been misconceiving all this.
No, there's a difference between dating and relationship. Dating is trying to know,
all right, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Just hold on. Okay, Mr. Steven, I want to ask, at what age do you think someone should go into dating and relationship?
Okay, so I'm not sure if we could say a particular age, because people mature differently, people grow up differently. But you'd have to come to a point where you are responsible enough to get married.
Okay.
Yes, so you don't start dating and relationship unless you know that you are ready to start working towards marriage. And the age might be different for different persons, but at least you have to be an adult. You have to be above 18.
Okay.
Yes.
So how ready are you? Are you saying being emotionally ready or materially?
Emotionally ready, intellectually ready, financially ready. I mean, everything that makes relationship fruitful, you have to have attained some balance, some growth, some stability in life.
But some persons will tell you that finance, when you bring in the item money, they will say that is no longer love.
Yeah, true. But then use love. Money is part of love. Money facilitated love, whether you like it or not, is the truth.
True.
But then it doesn't mean you have to be rich or super rich.
Yeah.
It just means you have to be someone who is at least earning some money and is responsible in managing the leads that you have.
Okay, okay.
And could share that with someone
well,
else.
of course. And that is when you give it, that's, you know, some persons actually have it, but they don't have that spirit of
you have
giving.
to be willing to share.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're not ready for it.
No, okay.
That's
so,
why it's love.
Oh, okay.
Love
sacrifice. All right.
Yeah.
So now I want to know, does every dating lead to a relationship? That
No.
every dating, when you get into a date with someone, does it really lead to a relationship?
No. As I said, dating is getting to know the person. So you might be dating this person and then you realize that, oh, we are not compatible.
Okay.
His family background, her family background is not compatible with mine. Because dating, you're checking every aspect. The spiritual aspect of the person, the family background as well, financial aspect. So by the time you check everything, by the time you check it and you're like, ah, no, we are not compatible. So there's no need going into a relationship. So I wouldn't say all dating leads to a relationship.
Okay.
Dating is getting to know the person.
What you're actually saying is that one can be dating and not be in a relationship.
Yes, yes.
So how do I know that I'm actually dating this person but not in a relationship?
You know you're not in a relationship with this person because there's no commitment.
Okay.
You can't call me and then expect me to be there at your beck and call. But when you're in a relationship, there's that commitment. Okay, oh, this thing happened, I want you to be here and all of that. When you're in a relationship, there's that sacrifice. But dating, you are just there. Some people just date, okay, let me just date because I want to play around or I want to hang out with friends.
Okay.
So that dating, I see dating as not having a purpose.
Okay.
But relationship, there is a purpose.
All
but
right.
dating, there is no purpose
Okay.
at all.
Let's say
I think dating has a purpose. The purpose is to find out.
No, why is
A proper date,
Why
a proper dating activity
Okay.
is to find out whether you can go into a serious relationship. So I think that's the purpose.
Okay, now who is always in the race for this dating to graduate to a relationship? Is it always the lady or the guy? You know, the lady will always like push, you know, she will put up so many questions. When she sees that this relation is 3 months old, 6 months old, she will be pressuring the guy to know what he has in mind. So, but sometimes when some lady does that, they'll see it as desperation. So what do you think about that?
Well, there have been scenarios where it's the guy who is pushing to move it to the next level.
Really?
And the lady just...
You think so?
Yes, there are some situations there. The lady just want more time. They just give herself more time. And the guy say, I don't have all the time. I've been in the know of such situations. I've had to talk to a few friends who have been in such situations. But yes, most times it is the guy who wants to play around. And then the ladies are the ones who really want some things to be defined. Every serious guy, every responsible guy shouldn't call a lady desperate because she just wants clarifications. All right, ladies should be bold enough to make inquiries, to find out what's up, brother, what's up, sir, guy, what are we going at, where are we heading to?
Yeah.
Otherwise, her whole time will be wasted. Her time is valuable.
Of
all right,
course.
so it's important that ladies insist on that, and it doesn't matter what you're called, whether you're called desperate or not. You're trying to save your time, trying to save your future. You're also trying to prevent the fact that someone else is blocking the view for other young men from coming in, you know. Yes, so
of course.
It's very important to ask.
Very important.
After a while, you should just ask to be sure.
Yes.
And guys should not wait too long to say what's on their mind if they're really serious.
Okay. Okay, now this brings us to what you actually want to say earlier. Say, what should be the purpose of dating? When you go into what should be, you know, you should have something in mind before engaging into something. What is the purpose of dating?
The purpose, everyone has different purposes. You might want to date because you want to go into a relationship. You might want to date because, okay, let me have someone I can call when I am bored. You might want to date because my friends are dating or are in a relationship. So there are various purposes for dating.
Okay. So what is your own purpose of dating?
Personally, the purpose of dating is to lead to a relationship, not to play around or just because I want to have friends. I already have friends.
All right.
So there's no need going to say, okay, I want to have a date because I want someone No.
You know, this
It's just for
you know that this
relationship
thing
purpose.
has to do with emotions. You know, we can't lie to our emotions. You know, when you actually saw this person and you like him and you get into dating with him. So what if your expectations, what you have in mind going into that dating is not what you see, and your emotion will not let you go? Like, I don't want to let go this person. Let me try more.
Well, personally, I don't let my guards down.
Okay.
I want to know you. My emotions will not even play that on me until I get to know, okay, this person is a nice person, this person, I'm comfortable with this person. But just seeing your physical appearance, and maybe you did something like that, I will now start having my emotions running. No, it doesn't work that way.
Then you have control over your emotions. You should.
So if it is for others who maybe not have control over their emotions, I'll advise them to try and control it.
Yeah.
Even if their emotions are running, they should
You can put it under.
they should put it in check until they now know who the guy is, what the guy stands for, before you can now say, okay, my emotions. And I'm sorry, I'm still that African woman who will say the guy has to make his intentions first before the lady does.
Okay, okay, and that's where the guy should show the green light first.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Steven, this question, because you're the guy here, who is having carnal knowledge of each other should be encouraged in a relationship? Okay,
the answer is an emphatic no.
Okay.
And I'm saying so because we are Christians, and that's the values, the morals we learn from scriptures. That marriage, that sex is designed to be enjoyed in the context of marriage, where a woman gives her body to her husband and a man gives his body to his wife, and they two have that mutual enjoyment. So until marriage is done, until there's that declaration of, I hereby declare you man and wife, husband and wife, sex should not be allowed. And then, of course, to help prevent that, we must also put things in check, because the truth is, the moment you get into a relationship or dating or whatever you call it, after a while of being together, human beings, male and female, attract. I want to just insist on male and female. I know there are things out there about male, female. Yes, but then we are believers, and that is contrary to God's word. So there's that attraction, the hormones, the chemistry will happen. Yeah, but you have to put things in place, because you know that this is not God's will for you, even though it feels like something you should really do.
Really?
Yeah.
So let's say, you know, it's easier said than done, though, of course. And especially when maybe it's always good, just you said compatibility. When the person you're dating actually understands this from our Christian faith.
That's why Christians should go for Christians. It's very important. Otherwise, you'll have that challenge. I mean, I've had situations where a guy is pressuring a lady and saying, if you really love me, why won't you let me have my way with you? Why won't we sleep with each other if you really love me? That's what lovers do. All right, so this guy is obviously not a Christian, and if he is, he doesn't have the Christian mindset for living. He just thinks he can do whatever people do. Like she said, people date for different reasons. And one of the reasons why people date is sex, just to have kind of knowledge of each other.
Knowledge of that person. No, but some persons will. Sorry, I want to use that. Someone I go test waiting. I won't buy. You know, it's so funny. Especially the ladies also say these things. Then I keep wondering.
Yes.
Well, you have to know who you are.
Okay.
You're not a commodity
right.
that you buy and then you test, or you want to test before buying. You're not a commodity. So I disagree with that. Oh, let me test. You might test today, and then what happens tomorrow? So it doesn't add up.
So can I say that one of the challenges, there are these trends where after being married, people discover that there are what they call sexual incompatibility. They say the guy is not performing, or the woman is not performing, or different things. So they feel it is safe to have a sexual experience before going into serious relation that will lead to marriage, so that you can ascertain that. But the truth is, that is not enough to ascertain.
Okay.
And almost, I'm married, of course, for less than 3 years now.
Wow.
And I can say that as much as sex is important in marriage, it's not everything there is to marriage.
Okay.
Yes, and that's the more reason why, because we are believers, we trust God to lead us in the right relationship. If God leads us, there will be nothing, a problem that cannot be resolved. No problem won't be resolved, whatever it is.
All right. Thank you. All right, viewers, you've heard it all. We'll be going on a short break. Sit back, relax. We'll come back.
Did you know Jesus said, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost"? Did you know ACNN reaches out to all African, European, and Asian countries? Did you know ACNN produces programs that provides Bible-based solutions to your everyday need? Would you consider partnering with us in order to help us reach out to more souls? Then, become a part of ACNNTV Kingdom Investment Partnership. You can be a monthly or a yearly partner. To subscribe, make your partnership payment into this Zenith Bank account. For more details and confirmation of your AKIP subscription, please call +234 703 2656544. You can also reach us via email. Together, we can reach the world with the undiluted Word of God.
Beaming from the nation's capital, we bring to you the good news through various programming, news updates, worship, and teachings.
The paralysis of sin makes us to be separated from God.
Contact us for your live streaming solutions and event coverage, such as synods, conferences, seminars, revivals, and lots more. Engage us in showcasing your brands and services to the world through adverts and sponsorship. We also offer latest broadcast equipment for rent, all at affordable prices. Tune in to ACNNTV via any free-to-air decoder with the following installation parameters: Intelsat 20 satellite with tuning frequency 12562 MHz, symbol rate 30 Mbps, orbital position 68.5° east, and horizontal polarization. You can also keep in touch with episodes of our programs via these social media platforms. For inquiries, please call 070-3265-6544 or mail us via inquiries@acnntv.com. ACNN, reaching the world with the undiluted Word of God.
Alright, welcome back, viewers. Before we went on a short break, we tried to explain to you that having carnal knowledge of each other while dating or being in a relationship is very wrong. It's biblically wrong. And still with me in the studio is Mr. Stephen Umba and Adobe Noli. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
And you tried to say that having a carnal knowledge of someone is not all there is to be in marriage. And I want to ask, is there any way we can have a medical certification before getting into marriage? Like, even when you say we shouldn't test
to find out.
to find out, is there a way that you can go for medical checkup? Because there will be an all-round checkup before you can say, I do. It's very, very advisable.
Yes,
to do that.
it might really help.
Okay.
Though I'm not a medical personnel, neither am I a priest. But then it might be helpful. But I realize that the test done in our church usually does not involve sexual compatibility and all of that. I think that part is led for the couple and their openness, so that if you have an issue sexually, you should be able to open up and tell it. Because if you conceal that, you're just postponing the evil day. When it comes, you go down with it. So I think one thing that should be done in relationship, dating relationship, is openness. The moment you've moved from dating to relationship, there should be openness.
Okay.
Dating, you could try and cover things, try and make believe, try and look awesome. Okay, but when the business gets serious, there should be openness, because whatever you don't deal with now will confront you sooner than later.
All right. Okay, Miss Nolly, how long do you think one should date before getting into a relationship?
I don't think there's an actual answer to that.
Okay.
It all boils down to individual preference. Are you comfortable with this person? Is this person open enough for me to read and understand who he is? Because some people are secretive. You might not get the information you want from that person. It can take like 1 year before you finally get the information. Some people love their space. So they want to be comfortable with you before they're open to you. And that will determine, okay, understanding this person and how long it will take understanding the person, and that would actually determine how long it will take to get into a relationship. So there's no actual time you'll say, okay, it's going to take 6 months or 2 months. But you as an individual, you should have your own time.
Okay.
Like, okay, let me date this guy for 3 months. After 3 months, if I see that I'm not getting what I want, I can move on to the next person. So it's an individual thing.
Of course, even these days, it's not always advisable to be in a long relationship. Like, I think those days we used to hear our relationship was 14 years. Our relationship was
right now, it actually depends.
Okay.
It actually depends on when you start dating or when you're in a relationship. Some people might start from, let's say, their 100 level in school, and then they graduate and they want to settle down, like have their income. By the time you count all those years, they might not want to get married immediately, because some people will say, oh, am I getting married now? I'll start thinking of kids. Kids will keep me down, and I won't be able to finish school. So most people always want, okay, wait, let me finish school, get a job, and all of that before. So sometimes it can actually take 7 years,
some time,
9 years, and all of that.
And of course, let me tell you the truth. Those university days relationship is very rare for you to see those of them that ends up in marriage. Very, very rare.
It's rare, but we still have some.
We still have, but it's very rare.
Through, but
it's very rare. So now, when we are in this thing called relationship, how do you know when a relationship is being abused? No, it might not be the physical abuse we look up. We can be character-wise and all this. So how do we detect an abusive relationship?
Okay. An abusive relationship is not in the interest of the other partner. One partner is self-centered. He or she just wants all the attention. And so it's not mutual. It's not, relationship is a give and take thing. No matter how much you want to love, you would not be successful in loving unless love is returned to you. You have to be loved back to keep loving. So there is the abuse in terms of verbal abuse. There is that of taking money from your partner unnecessarily and unreasonably, exploitation, of your partner. There is that part also of trying to use your partner's body in the wrong way, like we just agreed now. You know you shouldn't go into sexual activities, and the partner is insisting. At that point, it becomes abusive. It even gets to the point where your partner begins to lose respect for you and talk to you anyhow in the public. That's abusive. And then the worst of it all is when it becomes physical and one has to be hit. And I know that ladies hit guys too.
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah, they do.
Seriously?
They do.
But going by what is happening recently among the youths, is always, the ladies are always on the receiving side.
Because guys are naturally stronger.
Most guys do not come out to say it, because when you come out to say it, you're like, you're a man. You're a man. So most people will not believe that a lady actually hits a man.
Okay, let's see. The relationship among the youths of today is something that is so glaring. So how can we handle this? Because even young guys are not even ready to go into relationship. Some ladies also go into there because of the material things they get. I don't know. Even some of us who are ready to go into relationship, we can't even find an honest guy to go into relationship. So what do you think could be the cause of this?
Okay, Juliet, there are many honest guys out there, I promise you. I have a bunch of them around me.
Oh, please pass them to me.
I promise you that. I think there's this sense of liberalism, this sense of freedom, where freedom is without restriction. So people have their own ideas of what relationships should be. And so we have seen failed relationships, failed marriages, and failed marriages are on the rise, on the increase. That is enough to scare away any young person from making serious commitments. So for them, the fact that they can get sex even while dating, even on the first date, and then throughout the dating and throughout whatever they are doing, they can get sex, marriage becomes unimportant. The fact that the lady can leave her house and come spend a week with the guy, all right, and then they stay together as though they were married, makes it difficult to put marriage as something that should be done urgently, as a priority, because whatever you're looking for in a wife, your date is giving it to you, or whoever you're in a relationship with is giving it to you, and so all of these things are making the desire to go into marriage and serious relationship even more difficult. Yes, and then of course the trends, it's now, of course, other things could be financial situations. For the guys especially, you want to be stable first. You want to have some money to your name, some things to your name first of all before you go into relationship, because you know it's going to bring about children, you have to take care of your wife, and with the economy of the nation it's difficult. So guys will want to postpone getting married until they are 30 something, getting to 40 and sometimes beyond 40 years of age. So there are just so many factors that contributes to not taking relationships seriously. But most of all is the fact that people have deviated from God's standard. People were not doing things just the way the world defines it, whereas God has a standard for whatever we call it, whether we call it dating, relationship, or marriage. God has principles that should guide us.
All right. We'll come back to that principles. Okay, Miss Noli, for you as a young lady, what do you think our ladies are expecting from the guys?
Okay, let me get your question. In terms of marriage or just relationship?
Dating, relationship, you know, it's stages.
Okay, first and foremost, I think every lady requires that the man is honest. Okay. Honesty is very important. Honesty in every aspect of life. So honesty is there, spirituality is there as well. Are people compatible spiritually? Not when you wake up by 12 o'clock to pray and he's telling you you're disturbing. I just came back from work and you're disturbing. Or you call for morning devotion, he's like, go and pray with the children. I want to rest. That spiritual compatibility is also very important for we ladies. That's if you know where you're coming from, your spiritual background. So finances is also very important. Like,
really? I know that.
Money is very important because not just looking good, your family is very important. Imagine your children going to school and then they're sent back because of school fees. Or your child is sick, you do not have money to take care of the child, to go to the hospital. So money is very important as well. For me personally, honesty, spirituality, finance and communication. That's what I look out for. And I know most ladies, that's what they actually look out for.
Really?
Well.
Okay. Now, the big question.
Okay.
So how long should you date before saying, getting the ring, saying I love you? And I know you'll be expecting, wow, I wish you can propose to me.
Okay. Dating to relationship, because you cannot go from dating to getting the ring. So it has to be from relationship to getting the ring. Well, I'll say there is no specific time period for that. But as a lady, you expect, okay, the guy should pop the question when you've seen that both of you are compatible, families have agreed as well. I believe in you should at least get consent from my family before popping the question to me. Because sometimes you might pop the question to me and I'll tell you yes, And then I go to my parents. I'm the traditional person as well. And then he was like, oh, my village cannot marry from this village. That becomes a problem as well. Yeah. So I always believe, go to my family, seek their consent. And if they are okay, then you can pop the question. But there's no time, like 1 year. No
timeline.
Even when you're expecting it within you. That
if you're expecting it within you, you don't throw it out there. You give him some hints. You can be sending him pictures of, see, my friend got this. Just, but don't come out and tell him, when are you doing
because
it?
Because of your ego and all those things.
You can't. But just pop question. If
okay, to you now. Would you advise a guy to date for too long? You know, guys will always, I want to own this, I want to own that. Sometimes they should know that maybe when they get married, all those things start coming. What do you advise them to do? Do you advise them to date for too long?
Okay, I'm that strange person in my orientation. I married my wife, but before the marriage, we had no dates prior to when I asked her when I told her I wanted to marry her.
Really?
I just told her that I would like to marry her, and so let's start to work towards it.
That's a rare one.
Yes, so, and she took time to think about it and, of course, pray about it. And she came back and said, okay, let's start this journey of faith. So for us, it was a journey of faith. And then when we thought it was due to get married, we didn't have everything put together. But we just believed. We had faith.
Well, I tap from that.
We both had something we're doing, of course. We're both responsible. And so we decided, let's push it. Let's push it. And so we trusted God, and the provisions were made available. And then we got married. Of course, we are still in that early stage of our marriage. Turbulence here and there. We are still building ourselves financially. We are still knowing each other.
Of course.
Yes, but then we are doing well. We are growing. So I think young men, don't wait for when everything is ready, when everything is together. If you find a woman that you love and she loves you and she's submissive to you and the two of you are compatible, you're seeing yourself fulfilling purpose together, get married. Oh, trust God for the rest.
I tell from that. All right, viewers, you've heard it. Or in summary, we are going to pinpoint some differences between dating and being in a relationship to our viewers for clarity purpose. Which our guests will help us to read that. And in this box here, we're going to pick randomly. And the rules is that when you pick, you read. So for our viewers to actually know, because some persons are really confused. When you're actually dating and being in a relationship, for them everything goes. So to you, ladies first.
That's fine.
Pick. And now you. So I'll pick mine. All right, read out what you have. Okay.
Dating teaches you lessons, while a relationship nurtures you and lets you grow.
Okay.
Dating is fleeting and short term, while relationship can last long.
Wow. And I guess that's true.
True.
Okay, for me, I have dating poses unpredictability, while a relationship offers you certainty and stability.
True.
Okay, let's go again. I know our viewers are listening to us and they're learning a lot from this. Okay.
Okay, I should go.
Yeah.
Come on. All right.
And I go my own. So.
Okay, mine says dating can be open and random, while a relationship values loyalty and exclusivity.
All right. And
dating gives you a range of choices, while a relationship leads you in the best direction.
Okay. And mine says dating can promise you many things. I know this is true. But a relationship is fulfilling all these promises. And we just have only the last one. Whom should we give it to?
Ladies?
Okay. All right, no problem.
Let me be a gentleman.
Of course.
Okay. Dating means no serious attachment, while a relationship is a true commitment.
True.
Wow.
Very true.
Okay, all right, viewers, you heard it all from my guests. And this is the much we can take for today. I hope you learned a lot that can help you build a godly relationship worthy of emulation. Thank you, Miss Nolly. Thank you for being here in the studio. All right, we'll come your way next time. Bye.